So initially, you had targeted a release date when?
The release date was, the first one was May 24th. Then we've had to cancel 3 events so far in June. The Anchorage Hotel has a new boat. Andre Amour has, Andrew Amour, I'm sorry, I always say Andre, that's more African, so we use that word more. Andrew Amour has offered to allow us to launch the book there on the new boat. So we've had to cancel that like 3 times, and I told them not until I have the books in my hand will we set another date. So the guest list is waiting, and we're excited about it. People ask every day, and I assure you, I am not a flake. The book is coming.
Nature's Signature.
Nature's Signature preserves your equilibrium through nutrition. See, Linton, our ancestors knew it was what we ate that kept us well. The ancient Egyptian people lived to be minimum 150 years old. They never looked older than 25, and one of their greatest secrets was they ate every 3 or 4 days. They didn't eat 3 and 4 times a day. Your body needs air every 3.5 minutes, water every 3.5 days, and food every 3.5 weeks. There are more food addicts in the world than there are drug addicts. So we really, really have to work on ourselves. We have to stop destroying our body temples with what we're putting in it. This is the Nature Island. You have the best organic food I've ever really enjoyed. I mean, you can eat forever here and be satisfied and be healthy. You don't have to be broke down. You don't have to be suffering. I'm looking forward to seeing that road get built in Sophia so that we can take the handicapped and the old people up there and consistently bathe. But those waters are also in Watton Waven, some of them, not all of them. But you have Sulphur and Portsmouth, so it's around the island. But we must take the elderly there. We must massage them. We must take the handicapped to these places and let them. Dominica could have made so much money from the firefighters in New York. If they would bring them, there's no fire wound or burn that is not healed with sulfur. Every fire medication burn medication on the market is sulfur based. If they had come here, reduce their stress in these beautiful waters and this wonderful greenery, and we made for them cucumber juice with the peeling on it. Thomas, who works at the Sulphur Springs, grows wonderful cucumbers there. I buy his cucumbers all the time. We make them cucumber juice with the skin on it. There's a substance in the skin of cucumbers that will push out any type of chemicals in the lungs from fire burn. So we here again, we can service so many things. New Yorkers are big time stressed out. Not New Yorkers, Americans right now are big time stressed out. So the stress reduction, the 4 waters that I showed you, if you do that in one day and spend a whole day just spying, you get through the next week or 2 with nothing. If you don't have time to spend a whole day spying, spend an hour or 2 at one of the spots and just reduce your stress. You bring your family. It's a picnic thing. There are many people that ask me, a few different departments that ask me, would I give them a field trip? So I hope some of you have caught this, because this is your field trip. And I apologize to anybody that I didn't get a chance to call to see this show so that they could do the field trip.
One of the things we worry about is to the extent that this could be an attraction for folks coming in from the outside world. You mentioned the number of people who...
Why do you worry about that? Don't you want that?
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, there's an issue we talk about called carrying capacity. How many people can we sustain visiting these places?
Well, let me say this now. One of my close friends is president of the New Jersey Baptist Association, right? I think there's 2 million people in that association, and often they go to the Dead Sea. Are you saying if I called him up and invited him down, let's give him a call now, and invite him down and see if, what can I say, if he's gonna bring 50,000 down at one time? No. I don't think that we have to worry about too many people coming. I think that we should try and get as many here as possible because we know ships are coming in. There are a lot of things here that are really bad.
This is a sort of like devil's advocate question.
I get a lot
because
of
I
that
know
here.
because I know.
Oh, but listen, Linton. On a serious note, though, people are a little about Mayan, in particular, me showing people Mayan because they feel like, well, this is secret, this is for the healers. But I don't believe in secrecy. I believe in sacred. So everybody.
Openness, transparency. Let's know what we have to offer.
Let's teach and not treat.
Yeah, but this is an attraction. You have a market out there, a captive market of people who mud bathe. They look for sulfur. They know of its healing properties. They into these mineral water baths and stuff, and they will come for this. So good for us because we get a chance to feed them and give them some accommodation and all of that stuff. That is the principle behind the nature tourism that we want to talk about, and suddenly we're seeing some new opportunities for attracting people based on what you're talking about. I had a conversation with a gentleman some weeks ago who was looking at this thing from a completely different perspective and talking about camping in the nature island, bringing people down here to do hikes and all that stuff, as opposed to taking the nature apart. He wanted to find a way of seeing it but preserving it at the same time. So while you're using it, you're not abusing it.
Absolutely.
Because you have to protect it so that it remains.
But abuse of anything is ungodly. Abuse of anything is ungodly. This is too righteous. As a matter of fact, the fact that Dominicans, and I don't really like to say that because it seems like I'm separating you from the African race, but we all do have our ethnic roots, but the people here in Dominica are actually, well, they're abusing it by ignoring it. They're abusing it by using synthetic drugs when they have nature to heal and sustain every part of it. That's a particular type of abuse. You know, Fanon talks about that violence beyond violence. Violence that is so violent that it takes on the reputation of being holy because it's not talked about. We don't talk about how we abuse. Now, why I like sugarcane juice with spirulina for first-time users is you don't really taste the sea algae, so you can't complain. You just have a wonderful sweet juice. And in the United States, we put it in apple juice for most people. We put it in apple juice, and they take it from there on.
But it actually tastes very good.
Oh, it's wonderful with spirulina, with sugarcane juice and coconut water also. It's wonderful in coconut water. You can blend this with your mango, with your papaya, with your soursop. You can blend it with almost any fruit. I put it in avocado with nutritional yeast one day. Well, I thought I was going to fly to Portsmouth by wings. I had so much energy. It feeds movement. One of my formulas, see, spirulina, when you add it with avocado, I have that with a few other ingredients that has an athletic formula that feeds bone, muscle, and movement. It's the bomb. It's the bomb.
All right, let's get some phone calls. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you. Good evening.
Okay. I just really recommend a while ago. I listened to some nice things from the young lady. I'll have a little time later to look at it because the tip was rolling. But I will not hear too much from her right away, but after the program I'll have to run it over again to hear all of it because I was not there from the beginning. Okay. But as I said, the tape was rolling. But I don't know if anybody called, but that's a program for people to call. I don't know if we have any calls before me.
All right.
And I don't know. She's been telling me something that I never heard about before. I never know about before. I've been to Sophia, but I never been to all those places you're saying. So I have to do my own little roundabout coming soon.
Right, you have to do your own little visits.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Good. Nice to hear from you. This is a gentleman who has the program recorded. He didn't join from the beginning, so he's going to go back and listen to the whole thing because he wasn't there, so he set the tape to record. So
That's excellent. That's a good thing.
yeah.
Okay. Now, I really couldn't understand much of what he was saying.
One of his concerns is he was saying that this is a program. This sounds very interesting. It's a program people should be calling. But he don't have anybody called before him, but he would like to hear some more people calling.
Well, one of the things happens, people tell me that they want to call, but they're mesmerized. They don't want me to stop talking. They don't want to disturb. I mean, I get that over and over. They're like, I wanted to call, but I didn't want you to stop talking. I wanted you to just keep telling us everything you could, because I know I could ask you something later on. And fortunately, so many of you know the voice. Now you will see me. Now you know me, and you'll see me. And I probably won't even be able to walk the streets for people stopping me, asking me questions. But no, I'm not a doctor. I really am not. And I don't treat people. I teach people. And I do field trips to these places. And there are other things I do, but I'm not a doctor. And I make no claims to anything but leading you back to yourself. And this is why I teach so much, Linton, about melanin here. Because if you don't know what you're made up of, you don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, people can lead you into anything, anywhere. Mm-hmm. We are all leaders. We are all brilliant people, but we must activate that brain power. And that's one of the things that Spirulina does.
Brain food.
Brain food.
Let's take a break here for word from our sponsors. Our guest is Gwen Carter, holistic health researcher and author. The book, Nature's Signature, will soon be published. Back in just a moment.